Just back for a very short time just to show how I've got the neck now set up. If I just get out of the way, zoom in and just show you, I've got it on the new vice, basically Stumac type vice. It's a blatant copy of a Stumac vice, bought it from Germany. But there you go, I've got it in there. I've got it all taped up, and I don't know if you can see from there, but I've got the tops of, I'll just bring this in a little. I've got the tops of the frets all marked up in marker pen, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and re-crown these. Now, well, I think, well, are you going to work on them with that stuff like that? Well, I'm not going to work on them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work on these four first, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the neck along. I can work on this side at the same time, the far side. So I've got these two here, so I'm going to get them four done. I'm going to work on a few at this side, and I can move the guitar across again. I can work from here, get it in and move across. So it's really easy to work with. Everything's stable, everything's tight. We're clamped in the jaws here, not too tight, we're going to put any dents anywhere. But it's going to make my job really easy to do that. So that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to get on with the crowning. I'm not going to come back showing up this. You can see where I've got the flat bits. I can zoom in just a little bit more if you want. How flat we actually are here, because we're taking quite a bit off the top, because I wanted these frets just a little bit lower than normal, so I took quite a bit off. We've got quite a lot of crown to work, a lot of material to work with this, so we're going to crown in. We're going to bring these edges in till we've got probably 0.5 millimetre thickness on the top. Then we can crack on with the polishing. So for now, that really is it. I'll come back again with an update later. Right, don't panic. I'm down here on the floor because I've got the camera at a different angle, because I've got the neck in the vise, and I want to show the difference between a polished fret and a non-polished fret. Now, none of these frets have been polished except for this one. And I've got across with 1000 grit, 1200 grit, 1500 grit, 2000 grit and wire wool just to get the polish all finished. I'm going to do the same with each individual fret. I just wanted you to, I'm going to zoom in a little, you'll get a better idea. There you go. This is a polished fret. Like I said, I've gone across with 4 grits of paper. You can see that there. How's that? I'll give you a good view. I hope that's clear enough. So that's now highly polished. Like I said, 4 grits of paper, 1000 grit, 1200, 1500, 2000 grit. Finally with steel wool. These ones, not been touched yet. This one's not been touched, so you can see how much different, how dull they are, and how we've got scratches all over. So what I'm going to do is, while I'm here, I'm going to go across one. I'm going to show you quickly how I do one. I normally spend a bit more time on this. I'm going to do a quick job. Right, I've got some 1000 grit paper here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the edges in first, the bevels, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to go across the fret, up and down. I've already gone this way on all the frets. I did that in one go. And all I'm going to do now is this. I'm just going to go right up to the edge on the inside. This is where all the time comes in. Like I said, I'm going to do this quickly, just to show you how it goes on. That's just 1 grit of paper so far. Now I've done 1000, I'm going to move up to 1200. Do the same again. I bought some rubbers from, some polishing rubbers from Crimson Guitars not long back. I bought all 4 different grades of it, and I tried the rubbers and I didn't like them. So I've gone back to using wet and dry paper like this. Don't need to wet it, just use it as is. All we're going to do is going to buff it into a shine. This is the 2nd grit I've done so far. This is 1200 grit. Keep checking with your, keep having a look. Oh, that's coming really, really beautiful. 1500 grit next. Same we go. So yeah, refretting a guitar, it's not just about taking the old frets out and banging some new ones in and just filing the edges. Far, far from it. But never going perfectly level. So you've got to level them again, then you've got to crown them again. You've got to bevel these edges, then you've got to do this polishing. Long-winded affair, beautiful, I love doing it. Normally I'll have some music on in the background, which I've not got it on because I'm obviously doing this video, but look at this. That's 1500 grit, and finally 2000 grit. And what this is doing is taking all the dullness out of the fret, and it's taking all the scratches out. I'll do it with 1000 grit that way to put scratches in across there, and all we're going to do is polish them out with these 4 grits. It's not going to take any height from there, but all it's going to do is going to round everything off beautiful. Sometimes you can go right across all of them this way with all 4 grits. You do that if they're not really rounded, but I've crowned these really well and they've been done with a diamond profiler, so I know they're crowned really nicely. So that's how we go on. Just need to go on for the wire wall now. Got a little bit here. And there you go. That's 2 frets done. One I've just shown you. I'm going to have a look at it myself, just check it out. Yeah, that's stunning. There you go. 2 frets done, these 2 are done inside my fingers. Both polished. How's that for you? Do you like that? That's it. 20 more to do. So, yeah, like I say, 20 more to do. I'll crack on with it and I'll come back later. See you soon. Right, good afternoon. Back with this Ernie Ball Axis neck, fretwork, fret job, refret. I've completed the polishing, but I just want to highlight, I also want to show this video, not just the neck, I'm also going to show this vise, which is a copy of a Stumac guitar repair vise. And I want to show how versatile it is. For instance, I've got it this way at the moment, because all I've done is finish off polishing this side of the fret, so I wanted to work over this area. But the good thing about this is, I'm going to zoom in and show you. Now this is bolted to the right side of the table, as you can see, but I can also bolt it in the centre or on the other side. It's just one bolt through. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show how it works. And I've just finished off polishing these frets. But what I normally do is, how I started this was, all I did was I just nipped up, not too tight. And it was enabled to work on both sides at the same time. So all I really had to do on this was, I did these 5 and I did these at this end, and I could move it anywhere I wanted to do any other frets. But the good thing about this vise is, you might think, why is he working on that backwards? I've got the wrong way around. No, it's not the wrong way around. It's the way around I want it. And if I had this in the middle of the table, it'd be brilliant. Because what I can also do is, I'm going to remove the neck. I'm going to loosen these clamps because I tighten them up to fit the angle of the neck there. I'm going to loosen them just slightly, just so they're loose, just please move freely. As you can see, I've got some padding under there which I made up out of some of the same stuff I used, the yoga mat. And I glued it in the centre so it doesn't come apart. I glued it together, made a loop out of it. And I had two spares, so I stuck them under there. And that's if the neck falls in this gap, it's not going to damage, not going to get damage. But what I've done with this is, all I do with this is, I'm going to loosen it underneath. I'll just loosen it, it's one bolt, and then I can turn this round, you see. And this is how I use it, and I turn it round. And the good thing about being able to do that, I can have it further away or closer, depending on where I work. And then when I decide I want to put a guitar neck in there, for instance, again, all I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do this tight, I'm just going to get it lined up. Get it to where I need it to be, because I want these clamps more or less together. And all I'm going to do is, once it's in place, I'll tighten these up, and then I've got the angle I need. You see? And now, my neck, I can have anywhere I want. That angle now is going to fit the contour of this neck here. So I can bang it in any old tighten up where I want it to be. So what a great idea. And there you go, I can work on these and I can work on these. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up slightly. Brilliant piece of kit. That cost me, that vice, it cost me £117 delivered. It's exactly the same as a Stumac bar. The Stumac's got a wheel here with a handle. This has just got the handle. It's absolutely brilliant. £117 delivered from dictum.com in Germany. Fantastic piece of kit. Bolts through. I could even build it up here if I wanted to get some blocks under there, build it even higher up, give me a better working height, but that's good for me. So, excuse me. Oh, praise the Lord. Nice sneeze here. So, back to what this is all about. And I've just finished the neck. Where's that? Ears all over the place, so I ain't got to tie back today. Right, there you go. And that's it, it's done. I've just finished polishing it. I've gone across with 4 different grits of paper. We went that way, then we went that way. We used 1000 grit, 1200, 1500, 2000 grit. We did a bit of polishing with a fine polish rubber just to take off any bit of pen that was left on there. Then we went across with the finest steel wool. We've got a really, really nice polish on there. I'm not going to bring it too close because it will go out of focus. It's absolutely stunning. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to remove all the tape and I'm going to clean up the fingerboard, get some oil on there, give it a good coating of mineral oil, get the colour back up to scratch, and this can go back on the guitar. So what I'm likely to do next is get this all cleaned up, get the tape off, pull it back on the guitar, and I'll come back. I'll get my head tied back and I'll come back and show you another update again later. Back soon. So here we go with the neck strips. I just wanted the fingerboard strips, I just wanted to show it in all its glory. I've cleaned it up, get it white with white spirit. I don't know how much you can see there, or what you can see there if I can get out of the way. They're really, really shiny. They're super smooth. They're perfectly domed. Beautiful. I pride myself in my neck work, fretwork. Again, another good job. It's been 2 days in the making. It's not taken me 2 days, it's just I've done it over 2 days since I got off the guitar. The polishing, the recrowning and the polishing takes me the most time. It's a good 6 hours in there minimum. Probably even 8 hours. 8 hours polishing, recrowning and polishing. So I'd say a refret probably takes me anything between 8 and 12 hours depending on how picky I am. And I'm picky on most of them, so you know, at a push, if I really wanted to, I could probably do one in 4 hours. If I do my own guitar, I could do one in 4 or 5 hours. But I tend to spend anything between 8 and 12 hours. I absolutely guarantee that these frets are all level. They're all perfectly radius, the neck's straight. If you want to have a zoom in on the this edge here, I'll stop it in various places so you can zoom in and have a look. They're glued in, these frets, regular super glue. This is now ready to go back on the guitar, and I'm ready to put it, get the guitar built back up, get the guitar set up, and get it shipped back to its owner. Back later. Right, back with a mini update on the Ernie Ball MM Axis guitar. I put the neck back on the guitar, I've put the tuners back on the headstock, I've put the locking nut back on, I've put the neck back on, including the shims. Basically exactly as it was before, including the locking nut. I've noticed that the locking nut's sticking out this side and it's coming in a bit this side, so I need to probably adjust that down a bit and just drop it in a bit. But all this needs now, it needs a tremolo put on, the strings put on and tuning up. I just wanted to show the neck as it is with the new frets. The frets look absolutely brilliant. There's nothing sticking out, nothing cutting in anywhere. I've re-oiled the fingerboard, put a little bit of mineral oil on there. The guitar looks really, really good. But that's it for now. The next update is going to be when I get the Peavey Jack Daniels back from, just show the back there, when I get the Peavey Jack Daniels back from Clive Eastwood over at Beaver Guitars, because he's done a little bit of headstock work on there, a bit of paint work. But what I'll do is the final part of this video is going to be all 3 guitars together. So this really is going to wrap it up for part 6. I think it's about an hour and a half of video so far, so I'm glad I didn't do one long video, but I will be back in a couple of days, showing all the guitars all set up, all three together. I'll show what work we've had, and we'll move on from there. Till then, be good and I'll see you soon.